back to Knitting with Metal. This is episode 43, I think. I think so. Anyways, let's get started with our chat. Hello, chat. And inviting people. By the way, 747, you know who you are. I almost missed it. Anyways, how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully good. I'm doing alright. Just working, as always. I try to do at least a minute of inviting. And then I invite groups and whatnot, so just making sure. Yeah, I think that's good. Then, so I've got 3 minutes to invite groups, so let's do this. Share. Copy. Excellent. Copy. I actually like the fact that you guys can actually hear me posting, because, that actually, I post to a lot of groups. Just to try to get my channel up and running here. Alright, cool. Now let's do a little bit of a tweet, and hopefully we are on time. That is what I am always hoping for. Alright. So those hashtags, man, they always get me with the time. In any case, we are just 1 minute late. Cool. We are hopefully beginning with the bottom of our torch. We've got all 6. I almost just said 3 for some odd reason. We got all 6 strands done in these past couple of episodes. So we got 6 strands here. These are all going to be the cage around the torch. So now we need to make a circle for the base. So finally, we get to do a different pattern. I know that the Byzantine is a really cool pattern, don't get me wrong, but after how many weeks have we been working on it? It gets a little old, just a little bit. So, I'm gonna make, I think it's 6. Oh, let me see. I think I have a circle in here somewhere. Just get a reference, maybe. No? That's cool, I guess. Could have swore I had just a circle lying around. I just wanted to count you, circle. Well, in any case, we're going to close off a bunch of these rings. I'm going to try it with 10, and then see where we go from there, if I can even fit 10 onto into one ring. So, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six. Oh no, sound. There we go, hopefully. So how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully good. I'm actually stopped for the night, so that's always good. I'm planning on doing a little bit of recording and not procrastinating, because that's always my MO. Friggin' procrastinate until Friday night, then have to do everything and then some on in one night. It's not good. That's part of the reason why I haven't been able to do secondary episodes. So doing like 4 videos a week, 2 of my knitting with metal, which, you know, these don't really... Okay, so I think it's 8. So we'll go with 8 to start with, and then we'll see from there. Um, but yeah, I want to do 2 of my knitting with metals, which honestly, these don't really take a lot to produce, which is good, but they're also not very good because they're live. So, drawbacks. So, we're going to start with 8 here. So, 8 and 1. Then we're going to take 2 and 1 and attach it to 2 of these. And then we're just going to keep going around. And so once we get another 2, we're going to attach it to the last one that we still have attached to this one, and then the next in line. So it starts to make a nice circle. But yeah, all I really need to do for lives is download them and then add my intro and outro to them. So they're fairly easy to produce. But like I said, they aren't, they have no music. I wonder if I can pull up YouTube library on my other phone and then have that in the background. Maybe that would be nice. Maybe. Although I think there's some songs on there that I would still need to like put in the comments or something, the description. So I'm not sure if I want to risk that, because I don't want to like use someone's work and not credit them for it, but it's alive and I don't know exactly what songs are gonna pop up. So maybe not do that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Right now I'm in Pennsylvania still, I think. Basically, I did like a PA run, then came back, and then they sent me back out again. So, that's always fun. Let's zoom in a bit. Need to make sure I stay in frame. But yeah, it's been a pretty decent week. It's a long week, but luckily I've got just a lot to do. So I get to keep a little bit occupied, and not have to worry about much other than making my videos. So has anyone figured out what they want to name my torch? I figured that would be a little bit of a fun thing that would kind of get people to, chit chat and post in the comments and whatnot. But so far, no catches. Maybe I need to put googly eyes on him. Maybe. Although the way I'm thinking about doing that would be to literally take a... Oh, thank goodness that guy left. He was very loud. Jeez. I was worried you guys would have to hear that all throughout the episode. But yeah, the way that I was thinking of putting googly eyes on him would be to take my engraver and engrave them on him. But he is also a propane tank, so I feel like that's a bad idea. What do you guys think? Engraving onto a propane tank. Good idea, bad idea? Let me know. Because, I'd have to research it, but it might be possible. It might also be very dangerous and not advisable. So, yeah, there's that. Alright, so we've got the beginning of our circle. Like I said, we started with an 8 and 1. And then we kept adding 1 and 2s, so 1 and 2 onto the outside rings. Let's just put it this way. I wouldn't engrave on any of my tanks. I wouldn't engrave on my tanks any of them. Yeah. That's probably a fair point. Maybe I'll just get the glue-ons. I have crazy ideas like that sometimes. And, yeah. That's just it. It's just a crazy idea that probably isn't a good one. I'm actually amazed at how much fuel is stored in the line. Because I always try to empty out the line before I put it away. So, so that it doesn't still have fuel in it, obviously. Because, it's stiff, and I don't feel comfortable with just leaving fuel in the line when I have it unhooked up to the tank. But it amazes me at how much fuel is still in there, because I let it go and I light it, and just to make sure that there's still a flame so that it's not accumulating. And I'm sitting there for like a good 5 minutes. Like, wow, I could solder like a good half a project with just this. So it amazes me how much fuel. It's very fuel efficient. I've noticed. This is the first time that I've used a propane only tank. I've always, in school, they had the acetylene, oxygen acetylenes. So, I was using, obviously, the little hand torches, which are the not propane, but they're butane, and that worked for a little bit. Obviously, small projects, but I started doing bigger projects and needed a bigger torch, so I ended up getting this propane torch. But now we're making a cage for it so that I can have it hanging, so that while I'm using it, it's not falling down or anything. Yep, stick-on eyes work for me. Yeah, silly ideas. But yeah, basically once this project's done, I'm gonna be finalizing the torch's name. So, get your votes in. Yeah, so this is a fairly easy pattern. Literally, you start out with 8 and 1. So, you close off 8 rings, and then you just put one through. Fairly simple. And then you keep adding 2s onto it, and basically you keep making those 1 and 2s into 1 and 4s, so always attached to 2 others, and then just keep going down the line, and you end up making a circle. And the more you add, the bigger the diameter is. So as you're working, you need to make sure that you know where you kind of began, especially once you get to the bigger circles. It's very confusing sometimes. This is also how you can make bags. I actually have a bag that I have, chainmail dice bag that I made years ago. But this is also the beginning of the hoods, or coifs. I think that's how you say it. Uh, where it's like the cutout face with the hood and neck. This is the start of those. But of course, we're only going to go to the diameter of the torch bottom, which honestly isn't that big. We're already almost there. So, I just need to make sure that I keep checking that so that I can stop, and then we can figure out together where exactly is the best area to put the strands on. this is also another pattern that is very finicky. I think all patterns are very finicky. About um, about how you put in the rings. So if you start out from like bottom to top, going across, then you need to keep doing that for all the subsequent rings that you're putting in, or else you ruin the pattern and it gets all chinky. And you can literally see it because it looks like a knot in your pattern, and it does not look good. But yeah, hello. If you are just joining us, this is Knitting with Metal. We're continuing on the big propane cage project. And we are doing the bottom part. So we're making a circle. Again, it's a fairly simple pattern. You just need to make sure that you actually like put in the rings all the same way, so that you don't mess it up. And I think all chainmail projects are like this. If you willy-nilly put in the chains, the links, then you end up making the pattern come out wrong. But yeah, we've got a little bit to go. Just a little bit. Is it being recorded for later viewing? I'd really like to see this entire project have something I have to bug out for. Gaseous should be part of the name of your tank. Sorry I have to leave. No, that's alright. I mean, thank you for coming on and commenting. Great. Basically go onto my YouTube, and all of my Knitting with Metal series, along with my Pendragon's Twisted Metals series, is all on there. And, just go onto YouTube and look up Pendragon's Twisted Metals. And, I'm basically right at the top. I think the only other thing that comes up is the video game Twisted Metal. So I'm not a clown bus. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for coming on and joining us for a little bit. I try to have at least a little bit of an inkling what I'm going to say. But sometimes it is hard. That's why I ended up shortening these episodes. It was an hour, but I was having a really tough time thinking of what to say for an entire hour. It's really, it is really tough. And also, like, a lot of people ended up jumping off after like 30, 40 minutes. So I figured, hey, if you guys are leaving at that time, I think then that's just about where I'm gonna end it naturally. So I absolutely do love how chainmail looks while you're doing it, and just the patterns that you can make it do are can be very fluid, um, but also like sometimes jarring. Like if you purposefully um, set up something that goes backwards, um, it can be very jarring to like be looking and it's all even, and then backwards, and it's like, oh, okay. It's also very you can use it for like a lot of different projects. Like this, we're making a cage. I also made a candle holder. I actually just used that too. So that it worked out fairly well. I didn't have one of the tea lit candles, but so I had to. It didn't have its own like container, so I had to like put down tinfoil so that it wouldn't get on the table. But it worked out pretty good. Very nice centerpiece for the dinner table. Alright, we're almost done with like the third layer, but our time is coming up. So we are going to show this off for right now. And again, my plan is to have this on the bottom and come out a little bit on the sides here. And then we're going to figure out how to evenly distribute these all along the sides of the tank. So they're going to go along. And so we're going to figure that out once we're done with the circle, which we're almost done. We just need to add a few more and then bring it out a little bit more. All right. So, yeah, there. It looks like a wig. So, yeah, we've got a little bit more work to do. But I hope that you all enjoyed this episode. I'm going to have to write down the gaseous name, maybe. But we'll hopefully you guys will add a few more ideas for the name of the tank. But I hope that you all enjoyed. And if you liked it, hit the like button. And if you really liked it, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified whenever I put out a video. I do try to do 3 videos a week. 2 of the knitting with metals and 1 of my jewelry Pendragon's Twisted Metals. So, if you could also share, it really helps the channel. It reaches people that I don't know. So that really helps out. We've grown a decent amount these past few months, and I'd like to keep going. So that really helps out, and I hope that you all have a wonderful evening.